I was eating ice cream and pie with my grandfather.
A mandatory evacuation.
I evacuated with my grandparents.
80% of New Orleans, including much of downtown, is underwater.
We packed up, we left, we went to Atlanta.
It looks like hundreds and hundreds of homes affected.
I was around maybe 6 or 7 years old.
I was in about the 3rd grade.
I was 11 years old.
In about October, all teachers were notified. We were terminated because there was no one in the city to service. So
I watched what was taking place on TV, and I said, I'm ready to go home. I want to go home, and I want to go to New Orleans, and I want to see what role I can play in hopefully rebuilding and saving what I think is one of the most special places in the world.
Katrina had some very emotional impacts on students, teachers, the city, but it had an emotional impact on education because the world was told that we were failing.
The charter school movement as a whole, I think, is unarguably the most dramatic academic success that our country's ever seen in an urban system. We've literally almost closed the entire achievement gap, and it's just unheard of.
I almost failed my 10th grade year in high school and I had to go to summer school. After I almost failed, I'm like, I want more for myself. You know, I want to be more competitive when I go to college and in the job world. So I decided to take advanced courses in high school. That opportunity was available to me because I went to this charter school.
The charter school here is very much a public school, held to the same regulations and laws with regard to enrolling students, having no tuition, providing free transportation, yellow buses around the city. And what's happening in New Orleans is charter schools are given the autonomy and the freedom to make decisions about instruction, about their schedule, about their budget, about who they hire and who they fire, and how they evaluate teachers. In return for that autonomy, they're held more accountable than a traditional school system. If a charter school here doesn't meet those goals, they cease to operate.
This facility is one of the first buildings built after the storm.
I was a part of the first graduating class of Lake Area New Tech Early College High School in 2012. I did start in a public school for my elementary. It was a lot given, but it wasn't enough. Like, I was one of those students, I wanted more, and if you couldn't give me more, I shut down. And once I got to Lake Area, I was given a lot, and I was given that push that I needed.
I was kind of in a dark place, going through this storm and looking at everything that's happening around me, losing some family members to the storm. But going to school and the people that was there to help me throughout it all, was a big help.
That's the thing I like about charter schools versus the traditional public school, because as the world is evolving, people's minds are evolving as well. So charter schools, they always introduce new strategies and new ways of learning.
We talk a lot about choice and empowering parents to have choices about where they're going to go to school. Choice here means options, it means access, it means opportunity to get your child in a school that maybe before you didn't have because you weren't in the school district or in that attendance zone.
Hurricane Katrina was this unprecedented kind of historical silver lining, despite the devastation and the tragedy, which we can't say enough about to sort of grieve and respect. But the opportunity that was created is something that we think we feel a deep responsibility to harness. When in our country's history have we been able to actually just completely start over with an urban school system that was arguably one of the lowest performing in the country? This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, and I think we're delivering.
I just think that Katrina just woke up the city, and it brought people into the city that's able to support and help us to move forward in a positive direction.
So our high school, Cohen High School, was the lowest performing public school in the city. And today, after 4 years of our operation, I'm thrilled to be able to report that we had 100% college acceptance rate. And it's really a new day for that school.
I am a rising senior at Dillard University, a public health major, and I still volunteer with Lake Area.
I'm going to the 12th grade now, and I'm very excited. I want to go to college. I want to go to LSU. I would love to be a pediatrician because I like children.
I got accepted into my dream school. I definitely see myself in the finance world. And it's always has been my dream to have a school of etiquette or charm for young men. I see so much potential in them and they just don't realize it. But if I can be that teacher and teach them, then, you know, it will be a better city.
Honestly, without Hurricane Katrina, I don't think I would be the same person, because the hardships actually helped mold me into the young lady that I am now. So it's like, without Katrina, without losing a lot of my things, my family, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't.